the thumbs up with Talk Sports here on 96.1 on the FN dial. Also live on Dolly Thompson YouTube channel, WD TV. We're live here with Make We Talk Sports. Wow, lots in store for you today inside Make We Talk Sports. Much happened over the weekend, and much talked about statement that was made by Ken after his team won the Olivier that Jamaica has talented football players, but not enough good coaches. Those views from Jamaican people. Also, Jamaican in horse racing, Jamaica didn't do too well. Jamaican failed to make the top. That Supreme Soul was outclassed in the Caribbean Classic at Gulfstream Park in Florida. And also more, also Premier League action for you. And also a roundup of football in England. Also on the books for you today inside Make We Talk Sports. All right, now the 6-year-point-one in NFL. Also, Ewan Blake is saying that he spent his time in the shadows of Usain Bolt. And he said if it wasn't for Usain Bolt, his career would get more respect. That's come there from Ewan Blake. And also, Mark Wilson saying that Jamaican male sprinting will be back on the rise again very shortly. But in the meantime, we're going to some news there for you on football also. We have to congratulate on the Waterhouse football female team for winning again the Women's Premier League, and they beat Cavalier in that grand final. And these and more for you inside Make We Talk Sports. Now the 6-0.1 on this your FM dial. All right, some news on track and the field. And Ewan Blake, 2011 world champion at 100 meters, is saying that his career would get some more recognition if it wasn't in the shadows of Usain Bolt. And Ewan Blake made that statement.
You know that I was a bit in the shadow running in my younger days, and you know when running at 9.69 or 19.26 kind of pulled me away, and winning that world championship kind of pulled me away out of that shadow. When you have a 6 foot guy and I'm behind that guy, it took away everything. But I'm still grateful for what I've done in the sport. And a little bit I don't know what happened to the younger generation, but we have a very good program, the Champs program, and also the primary program and the prep program that is going on really well, and there's a lot of talent coming out. And I just hope that they don't get too complacent and just can follow.
You heard there from Ewan Blake, and he spoke about being in the shadows of Usain Bolt and also the youngsters that come into the fore in terms of track and the field in Jamaica. But even though Jamaican did not do so well in Doha at the last World Championships held over there in the Middle East, fans are concerned about the quality of the Jamaican sprinting in the post Usain Bolt era. Maurice Wilson, the head coach at Doha, says that the country's patience will be needed. According to him, the new generation of sprinters will take some time to get to the senior level. It's according to the coach who went to Doha, Maurice Wilson. And Wilson went on to say that with the golden era of Jamaican male sprinting fading into the history books, Doha saw only one 100-meter fifth place finisher. And that was, of course, Ewan Blake, who came fifth in the final and experience. Jamaica missed the men's 4 by 100-meter and see light at the end of the tunnel. So it's a good nick there for Jamaican going forward in terms of sports. So we're hoping that will get back to the fore and soon as possible, and we can and see some of Jamaica and getting back to where he was in that the guidance received by our young athlete is critical, and it's a lot of them, at least at the Virgil level, are running well, noting with the champs and other events. But again, he said he asking for patience from the Jamaican public, for the youngsters to make a decision, and for them to matriculate from a top junior to be outstanding seniors, and that will take a little while. Because we not don't expect a champ star to instantly become a global star. I can remember some years ago when Raymond Stewart was a champ star back in the 1980s, and he made the finals of the 100 meters at the Olympic Games in 84, and he came fifth behind the likes of Carl Lewis, Carl Lewis and Ben Johnson that era, and he came fifth in the finals, running 10.22 seconds. Raymond Stewart there, and at the time he was still a champs athlete, but with we saw what Usain Bolt did, and Jamaica now expecting our sprinters to be dominating as we saw in the Usain Bolt era. But as Coach Wilson said, just have some patience because it will take some doing for the senior to come to the fore as world beaters. Here is time make with talk of sports, 96.1 on the FM dial. Switch now over now to some good news now on gymnastics. And recently we saw the opening of a new gymnastics center for Jamaican gymnasts, and it's now at Slight Road. So Gymnastic Jamaica has their own venue here at Slight Road, and Jamaica's Olympic gymnast, and that Dashana Francis, and she spoke about the center, and she was elated that Jamaica now has its new center for gymnasts.
We have the talent, we've always had the talent. Everyone knows Jamaicans are naturally athletic, so now there's a facility, somewhere for them to grow, somewhere for them to develop, so I'm really excited for the future. And just as I've been competing since 2015, and the amount of progress we've made in that amount of years shows me that in the future we're going to have champions. Particularly now I've seen this facility, somewhere for them to properly train, and I see the passion and the energy and the motivation of the coaches, and I believe it can definitely be done locally.
I heard there from young Jamaica Olympic gymnast, that's Dashana Francis, and she was elated at Slipe Road. It was opened just recently, officially, and hopefully we can be producing more Olympians and possible Olympic medalists, because Jamaica is still waiting to win another Olympic medal outside track and field. We told in earlier programs, we did it once. We did, was just last year, momentarily, get back as we kind of a while ago, and we're back and still here in the side sport. We're gonna move now to some news now, some football news now. As we told you earlier, we're gonna play also your views. Lenny Hyde made a statement after he won the Oliver Shield football finals that Jamaica has talented players but need coaches. Do you agree with that statement made by Coach Lenny Hyde? He's the current coach of Cornwall College. And Lenny Hyde is outstanding coach, as we all know, all this time. All right, and some news now as we go now to some news now on the football, and Ricardo Baby Gardner was on the bench. There was no Richard Baby Gardner on the bench for defending champions Portman United in their Western Premier League matchup on Sunday against Malines United. But the St. Catherine based team had no problem dispatching the strugglers 2-0 at the Constant Spring playing field, with many spectators in the stands, assuming it was for the former Reggae Boy captain and club manager Clark the strength. All right, and we also saw some good results there for you in the record of last week's final. And Waterhouse FC, they are dedicated that 2019 win, JFF Women's League win, title to former captain Tahira Clark, the defending champions at Saturday at the Prisons. Over a period of as Waterhouse added the league title to their mid-season crown they won earlier. And they're saying that they dedicated that win to the late coach, the late player. But here now from both coaches and also the goal scorer, Tamara Clark, and they spoke after the game.
And I'm pleased with the way the girls played today. Happy with the result. I think Cavalier either paid too much respect to us or they had a game plan and we shooted out the window early.
Yes, I was very confident because I did an interview as well Wednesday at Exeter High School. I was very confident that I would score the hat-trick.
To be honest, I think, as I say, every team has a bogey team. I think Waterhouse is our bogey team, you know. Whenever time our girls come up against Waterhouse, it's like, it's a fear factor. And, you know, you just give up and give Waterhouse a game.
Already heard there from the both coaches. That's Xavier Gilbert of Waterhouse team, the goal scorer, and also the coach of Cavaliers, Everton Scarlett. And that was the post-game interview. I will take a quick pause and come right back there to you. This is Make We Talk Sports, 96.1 on this here FM dial.
Child deserve protection, proper parenting part of the plan. Educate them about the right from wrong. Don't beat them, put down the belt, yeah man. Talk openly to your child about safety. I be a thing that one in the country of lately. If I them alone, don't make them go places. Teach them to run away from danger, don't face it. That's right. Protect the children, please. We don't want to see no bruise on them knees. No, protect the children, please. In that time like this, protect the children, please. May they bloom like flowers and trees. Wall, protect the children, please. Me and they gonna protect the children, please. Bullying need to stop. Corporate punishment that need to stop. Beating a weak pot that need to stop. No let them alone and when they grill lock. Worried, the child care protection app. Best interest and safety them have that lock. Family support them will help with that.
A message from the Child Protection and Family Services Agency, CPFSA.
God never said the road would be easy. But remember, faith is the moving cause of all action. Join us every Wednesday for the program Touch Me. Everyone.
All right, and welcome back to Make We Talk Sports, and it's now the 60.1 on the FM band. And before we go football overseas, we're going to go to our Vox Pop feature right now we gave you. I want to give you that what happened earlier. And in the Oliver finals of the Oliver Shield Football Cup, after they played to a 1-1 scoreline at the end of regulation time, there was no extra time in this encounter. And Lenny Hyde was elated with the win. And he spoke that encounter.
Game and they said don't have talent in Jamaica. There's a lot of talent here. We need good coaches. So guys, sky limit for these youths, you know. I'm happy for the boys. They came out and they fought. CC is a very good team, an excellent team. Offensively, they can hurt in a blink of an eye. What we did, we nullified the threat that they have, and I believe that we won it in the end.
That is their talent in Jamaica. but we need good coaches. We got some views on that earlier inside the win on the street earlier, and we got some of the views expressed by persons who we saw on Saturday on the street about this particular incident. Let's hear some of those views.
Agree with him. Reason being, we have schoolboy football. We have from primary school stages go right up. You is involved in the Premier League right now. So the players are being groomed from they are young. So why not the coaches? We're not going to say we're going to take them and groom them from they are 3-4 years old. But you can see the captains from early out and see that they are good leaders. They know the football. They have passion for it. So we groom some of them to become coaches.
This is Milk Talk Sports 96.1 on this year FM dial. Vox Pop feature.
Every day. You don't know.
Yeah, man, the Vox Pop feature right now. It says Milk Talk Sports.
Answer the question. Yeah. So everything what she said, I agree with it. Yeah. So big her up a Chantel. Yeah, in front of Super Nice Cook Shop, run our juice shop. You understand? And bingo at night time. So you know, it's all about getting the coaches them in the right position and the right perspective. Because the football, Jamaica football can go beyond where it is. And we can come out as a World Cup champion and nation. Me tell you that reggae boys can go there. All we need is just the right thing and money for pumping anything. So we have to big up that. Big up Super Nice Cook Shop again and big up Chantel. See me I say, so you don't know. Super Nice, check it out. Every day from month.
Voice goes out to because next thing again, it's not a ball nation. Any day we need a facility as a youth, then we can come out of the academy and groom them. Like from baby stage primary to tertiary, because any day we have money cup season. You have JC and you have Clarendon College, you told about the defending champion. Why can you have scout players there and put both in the Premier League? And some people can slim and play for the National League. And if we can make an overseas market, can look for the English League, La Liga. Every coach, big up Super Nice Cook Shop. Yeah.
You're going to charge Virgin about the cook Super Nice. We're going to start charging, you know. All right, down the 6 on the FM dial. And we're going to start since I launched the entire root staff, you know. Watch me later on. All right, down the 60.1 on the FM dial. Our feature here that Lenny Hyde, he made a statement. I'll give you again the statement that was made by Coach Hyde when it comes to talent in Jamaica and also the players. And it's that we're talking about today. Not a controversial top statement, but it's something worth looking at. Lenny Hyde, after his team won the Oliver Shield over JC, and this was exactly what Lenny Hyde said after that win.
Mentally, and I never gave up. And today, the guys deliver for us.
What Lenny Hyde said in that encounter. All right, 96.1 on dial, and we read that football coaches, and he said that football Jamaica has good football talent, but they just need good coaches. Come there from Coach Lenny Hyde. All right, 96.1 on this here FM dial. Coach Lenny Hyde.
I enjoy the game, and they said they don't have talent in Jamaica. There's a lot of talent here. We need good coaches.
All right, that's what Lenny Hyde said there. Jamaica, a lot of talent, but we need good coaches. Do you agree with that statement by Lenny Hyde? And we're getting our views there from different persons all across about that statement that was made there by Coach Lenny Hyde. We're gonna hear some more of from some more persons who give us their views on what Lenny Hyde had to say.
Based on what teacher Hyde had said, yes, we have good footballers. And we also have good coaches. Because if he's saying that we have good talent in football, but don't have good coaches, that means what is he saying? He's not a good coach? That kind of contradicting. My problem what I have is the transition of high school players, yeah, to the next level. After they leave high school, that's it. There's a void. And then there's a senior league. What I would love to see, a good under 13, under 17, under 19, under 21, under 23 senior team. That's what I want to see. Renee Simmons came and tried to do something like that. You know, apart from a little under 13 competition going on here and there, but there's nothing structured. You know, play primary football, you play high school football, where the transition from high school to college. God bless a few students who move on. The someone said good parenting maybe push them to college or overseas scholarship, but there's a void. But we have good coaches here, man. I want to teacher Hyde. We don't support that teacher Hyde. We have good coaches here, high school coaches too, and good club coaches. I want Arnett Garden. I have a good young coach. And doing well. Come on, man. Waterhouse. Come on. Not do that.
All right, heard the views there from from the public there, not supporting that statement that was made by Coach Lenny Hyde when he said that Jamaica has talented players but need good coaches. All right, do you agree? You can give us some of your thoughts here. I just heard my thing went a while ago. If you want to give us your thoughts here, and they can also call us at 372-8446. Want to go live on air? And I think we have some Facebook viewers as well who are giving their views on Facebook as well about this particular topic. Lenny Hyde, about what Lenny Hyde had to say about Jamaican coaches. All right, as we continue inside of football there for you, and we go. Let's know we can go down to some more of those views as persons that are expressing those views, those sentiments expressed there said by Coach Lenny Hyde.
Free, true, man. Not enough good coaches. So many good players are here from Manning Cup to Premier League, and not one good coach. So it's like real talk.
Other things.
When the youth move from Manning Cup and go forward to a different level, like them drop out of shape and them something. You need the transition from Manning Cup to the higher club level. So.
Come and coaching.
Yeah, coaching.
Reason why Jamaica have a lot of talent, but you don't expose and keep it down. So why I'm saying you're right. We need some more coaches to keep it in going. If not, Jamaica can be collapsed.
Yeah, man, I agree with that. You know, example like Rennie Simon. When Rennie Simon come here, him play a good part by disciplining the team. You know, I think we have a lot of talented player here, but we are not disciplined enough. And that is where the coach falls short.
Jamaica have no good footballer, nor good coach. Not all no good, but Jamaica football team.
I heard the views there from Jamaicans there, really about Jamaican football players and the coaches, and that was said by Coach Lenny Hyde. One of Jamaica's better coaches, I must argue. He won football as a player, he won the Casa Cup as a player and as a coach, and Premier League as player and coach as well. He won the Harbourview and Timothy Gardens, Lenny Hyde there, and he's saying that Jamaica has good football players, and I tell you, in his heyday, he was a good football player, Lenny Hyde, the teacher Hyde. But he did not become a world-class player. Maybe coaching, he may have a point. All right, you heard there from the Jamaicans there, giving their views about what Lenny Hyde had said about coaches, good players, but not enough good coaches. Some females also give her their views as well.
Better in Jamaica.
All right.
Because we don't have a good coaching team because you see ball of them in Jamaica, yeah. A good ball of them in Jamaica side. If you know say overall the girl ladies football, if you know say the man more interested in ladies football because they might get a good coaching team, but the man they not get a good coaching team because the coach is not a.
Sometimes the ball of them could have go further, but like the coach them feel like the coach them need some more training for themselves. Because they might train the man, but at the same time when them go up on the field for do them training, then normally for play. So sometimes the trainer them or the coach them can go on little training to know what them for do. That's my view. So the ball have good, great footballers in Jamaica. Me not take with that from Jamaica. Talent, bad for Jamaica.
I think the coaches need to specialize on the personality types
the players that they have, so that they can, you know, focus on making the game better with the players that they already have. So if they do get some training on, you know, personality types, I guess, you know, the emphasis that the players have, you know, the quality that the players have, if the coaches can get training on, you know, how to handle it in a football game, then I think the coaching will be much better in Jamaica.
All right, the views there from Jamaicans about Jamaican of talented players, but not enough good coaches. That is the reason why Jamaican football is so stagnant, so to speak. Of the talent, players here are talented, but are the coaches are not adequately, are not competent enough to take our youngsters to the next level. Is that the point? All right, football continues here. Give you a round up here. Waterhouse is on top with 33 points. They're followed by Mount Pleasant, who are currently on 28 points. And the Gardens is on 25 points from Lions United, the team that started out as a top team. Not say top team, they started out unbeaten runs. But they're currently in seventh on 20 points. They have lost their last four games and they draw in. And Veer or Jamalco. This is interesting. Veer is now 11th spot. And Tivoli Gardens, they recruited Admiral Bailey to save them from relegation. And they are now further into the relegation zone. They have switched places with Jamalco now in 12th spot. And Jamalco is 11. So Admiral Bailey have some work to do to get Tivoli Gardens into at least the top 10 and stay away from the relegation zone. All right, it's interesting times here for football in Jamaica. And the football overseas now, we saw games played in the Barclays English Premier League play for you over the weekend. Manchester United, they beat the Manchester Derby. Manchester United beat Manchester City by say one. Brighton and Wolverhampton Wanderers, they played to a 2-2 scoreline. Aston Villa beat Leicester, one now chasing for the title. Leicester beat Aston Villa by 4 goals to 1. And Sheffield United, they beat Norwich City by 2 goals to 1. And that always on. And today is Arsenal against West Ham. And the point stand is now in the English Premier League. Liverpool is on top, that's 48 points, followed by Leicester on 38. Manchester City is on 32. Chelsea is on 29, followed by Manchester United on 24. Wolverhampton Wanderers on 23. Spurs is on 22. That Tottenham Hotspur. Sheffield United is also on 20. Arsenal on 19. And Brighton is on 18 points. 13th spot, we have Burnley on 18 points, followed by Everton on 17. Bournemouth is on 16 points. West Ham United is on 16 as well. Aston Villa is on 15, followed by Southampton also 15. And down in the relegation zone, we have Norwich City on 11 points. And Watford, the former team of Jamaican player Johnny Barnes, is currently on 9 points. And those are the points standing there for you in Barclays English Premier League. This has been Make Talk Sports. We are live on Roost 96.1 FM, also live on YouTube channel WDT Media TV, where you can feel free to watch, share, and subscribe. All right, we go to some news now on horse racing. All right, and recently the Jamaican Jamaican sent two horses recently to the Caribbean Classic over there in Florida, and they did not do as expected, finishing down the track over there in Florida in what we call the Caribbean Classic. It was once run in a track in Panama in Puerto Rico called El Comandante track in Puerto Rico, but now it's been shifted to Florida and for the Caribbean Classic, and we did saw two Jamaicans they're going down there. And we also, for those who did not know, that horse racing also have its World Cup. Yes, you know what, on the football World Cup, track and field World Championship, but horse racing also has its World Cup as well. All right, and Thunder Snow, she came out on top in the Dubai World Cup 2019. Let us pick up the commentary on that one. The Dubai World Cup that was held over there in Dubai.
America blowout went straight to the front. Second, Gronkowski, Thundersnow wants the front. Capizano holding up over on the inside. New Trails was next, Audible, followed by Axelrod, then Yoshida. Golcon was up on the outside. Tilling soft to Pavel, who'll be third from last, but seeking the soul. And Ganavera from the inside pole went right back to the rear. North America, the leader over Thundersnow as they leave the straight. Capizano needs a little bit more room over on the fence. It's rooting and tearing against the rider. Up on the outside is Gronkowski as they go to the back from New Trail. Then came Audible. A length away in the field is Dolcom, just ahead of Dolcom. In actual fact was Axelrod. Audible's back on the fence. Then came Pavel, Yoshida, seeking the soul, and Ganavera sees them all. Down the back, 28.68 was the first 400 metres. North America is the front runner. Moving up on the outside to tackle it now is Gronkowski. Thundersnow is between horses as they're about to turn off the back. Capizano down on the rails ahead of New Trails. 2 lengths away in the field, then to Axelrod feeling the pinch. Pavel takes off. Yoshida was next to ball, then Audible seeking the soul. About to make a long run from the back with Ganavera, and Dolcom's back at the rear. Top of the straight, and Gronkowski is pouring on the pressure to North America, still travelling okay. Thundersnow is sweating on them. 3 lengths away then to Pavel around the outside. On that next of all then New Trails. They were followed by Capizano. And Gronkowski went the lead. Thundersnow out in the middle. North America down the fence. Pavel's on a long way back. Gronkowski the front runner. 250 metres to go. Thundersnow on the outside, levelling up. Down the outside, Ganavera and Pavel. Thundersnow going after Gronkowski. Thundersnow reaches the front. Gronkowski fights hard. Thundersnow, Gronkowski. Thundersnow on the outside. Nose in front of double Thunder. Thunder with Thundersnow getting in a nose to Gronkowski. Close up behind them is Ganavera. They were followed by Audible, who flew home with Pavel, and close up Yoshida. Next to come across the line was Axelrod, New Trails. Then came seeking the soul, Dolcom. North America. Capizano was back with the tail enders. Stand by for photo.
And that's how we saw the Thundersnow got it in the photo finish and the Dubai World Cup of horse racing, and this first money of 12 million in oil-rich Gulf state there. And we also saw there earlier, Jamaicans, and we sent 2 horses in that event, and it's really a top class field. Tahibot from Mexico took part. Gran Omario from Venezuela. Papa Cardelio is also there too. Fix from Panama. We also have El Santino from Mexico, and Senior Consentio from Panama. Supreme Soul from Jamaica took part in this, and Juice Man. I said Juice Man from Jamaica. I don't know it's also Jamaica called Juice. I was saying Juice Man from is Jamaica. I don't remember Jamaican last name at all, named Juice Man. But it's a Juice Man from Jamaica. Hope it's not a typo. And we saw here Lopecicos from Mexico. Turpentine from Panama. We have the Brother Slew from Venezuela. We have Dr. Sotelio from Mexico. From Mexico. Also in there as well. All right, and then Supreme Soul, the Jamaican horse that took part in this event, and sadly they finished out of the frame. Let's pick up the commentary in the Caribbean Classic, where Jamaica failed to make an impact in that event.
Away in the Classico Internacional del Caribe. The Juice Man, one of the first to break the line on his outside. The Brother Slew is put into play early, and here comes the Puerto Rican Papa Candelo, and Papa Candelo has inside position and the lead, and the charge to the first turn. DeBalt's in a bit tight, and Irad Ortiz Jr. had to slam on the brakes. Up in the second is the Brother Slew. Together, third are Fix and Turpentine. Well settled between horses is the Juice Man. Out wide on the course are Senor Concerto and El Santo. Held up between horses, Gran Omero, Supreme Soul for Jamaica. 3 wide, while second last and Dr. Sotelo could not get over from the 12th post. He's last of all as they head into the backstretch. The open quarter was 23-4. Up front, it's the undefeated Papa Candelo and Juan Carlos Diaz on top by 2.5. Up into second is Turpentine outside of the Brother Slew, who's now third. Fix is out the rail, fourth for Santana, followed fifth by El Santo. Johnny V has him 3 wide while trying to move up. Splitting horses is the Juice Man. Then on the far outside, Dr. Sotelo. Held up in traffic is both Tybalt and Supreme Soul. And then at the back is Senor Concerto as they take it to the far turn. 48 seconds for the opening half mile. They haven't got to Papa Candelo yet. Papa Candelo by a length and a quarter. Lascano getting more out of Turpentine while second. The Brother Slew and Paco at a huge price is still right there. Working overtime while fourth is the Juice Man. Scrubbed on next is Gran Omero after 3 quarters and 1:13.1. Less than a quarter of a mile to go. Up front, Papa Candelo is the target. Gran Omero ducks to the inside for Castellano. Down the center, the Brother Slew with a huge upset possibility here. Final eighth of a mile, the Brother Slew has the lead. Gran Omero's running at him toward the inside. Gran Omero tries to get the Brother Slew. The Brother Slew almost home. He's drifting inward, but he has the lead. It's Brother Slew in front. The Brother Slew in a shocker. He's 45-1. Gran Omero second, Turpentine third. This one to Venezuela in 1:51.3.
All right, and Venezuela, they won the Caribbean Classic, and the Jamaican entrant, we all know, failed to make an impact in that event. That Supreme Soul, Jamaican Triple Crown winner. Supreme Soul just didn't match up there. Supreme Soul and Brother Slew won the event ahead of Gran Omario with Turpentine and Papa Candelo, and that's how they finished in that event, the Caribbean Classic. And Jamaica has no luck in this event, never won this event before. We entered years past. I remember some years ago, Royal that entered about 1981 and finished 5th in that event. Before that, they had Harlequin, who came about 3rd or 4th. Eagle Light got injured over there. In those days, it was held in a track in Puerto Rico called El Comandante in Puerto Rico in those days. So, you know, as we come now, as we wind down, make we talk sports for another Monday. We wind down there for you. Ewan Blake is now saying that he was overshadowed in his career by the 6-foot Usain Bolt. He also says that come next Olympics, he's going to win. Look like the 100 meters. And also, he must also say that grand opening there for the gymnastics center at Slipe Road for Jamaican gymnasts. They have their own facility. So hopefully we can produce some Olympic contenders and possible Olympic medalists in the very near future. And congrats to Wazira Gilbert, the coach, goal scorer, and other persons who spoke in that event. And he also gives a quick recap there of the Premier League matches played in England. Manchester United, if you make mistake, Manchester United beat their Manchester rival City by 2-1. Newcastle had a similar win over Southampton. Wolverhampton and Brighton, they played to a 2-2 scoreline. Leicester beat Aston Villa by 4-1. And Sheffield, they beat Norwich 2-1 in that event. And also, tell you that I'm congratulating Cornell College. And they won the Olivier Shield. And they beat JC by 4-1 in the penalty shootout. It was JC scored at minute 84, take a 1-0 lead. And with seconds to go in time added on, the goalkeeper for CC equalized. And then he went on to save 4 penalties for CC to win by 4-1 in the penalty shootout. And that post-game interview, you heard Lenny Hyde saying Jamaica has talented players but need better coaches. All right, and in the Premier League in England now, Liverpool is in front with the top 10 so far. Liverpool is on 46 points in front. Second spot, we have Leicester on 38. In third, we have Man City on 32. Fourth, Chelsea on 24. Fifth, Manchester United on fourth. Manchester United is on 24. Sixth, Wolverhampton Wanderers on 23. Seventh, we have Spurs on 22. Eighth, Sheffield United is currently on 22 as well. Ninth, it's Crystal Palace on 22 also. In 10th spot, we have Newcastle also on 22 points. And now in the drop zone, in 17th, we have Aston Villa on 15 points. Southampton on 15 points. and we have Norwich City on 11, and number 20 in the drop zone is Norwich 19th rather, and Watford in 20th spot are the team in the drop zone in the Barclays in the Premier League. Back in Jamaica now, Waterhouse is in front with 33 points, followed by Mount Pleasant 28, and Garden is on 25, Humble Lion is on 22, Cavaliers 21, Dublin Holding 21, Moline is on 20, Harbourview 19, Portmore 18, Uwe 13, Jamaica 12, and Tivoli 12. But Tivoli and Jamaica are in a ding-dong fight in the relegation zone because they're in goal difference. Jamaica has a -8 goal difference, and Tivoli has a -9. So just a 1 goal difference between second to last and last in Jamaica Premier League. And you also heard there as Thunder Snow won the Dubai World Cup of horse racing that carry a total prize money of $12 million. And in the Caribbean Classic, that's a run in Florida, we saw where Jamaican Supreme Soul failed to make an impact, and the Brother Slow upset at 35-1. Upset at 35-1, came out on top in that event there in the Caribbean Classic, and Jamaica still winless at horse racing in that event. Caribbean Classic, Jamaica's, because remember, Terremoto won the derby locally. I won the Trinidad Derby, and Miracle Man won stakes overseas as well, and Smasher won overseas. But in that particular race, the Caribbean Classic, Jamaica still winless in that event. All right, so on that note, we have come now to the end of Make We Talk Sports. Join us Monday, same time, same place for Make We Talk Sports. I'm Dudley Thompson, coming to you live here on Roots 96.1 FM, also live on YouTube, WDT Media TV. So have for yourselves a wonderful day, and keep it locked to us here, 96.1 FM, and also more updates on the Hagley Park Road project on YouTube. So have for yourselves a wonderful day. This has been Make We Talk Sports. Thanks for watching.